green, red, green? Wait, aren't dogs colorblind?
What if we sew the dog's head onto the man's body?
Great idea!
Dogman! Dogman has finally stepped out of the pages and into the spotlight, bringing one of the most beloved and hilarious graphic novel series to life in a way that feels both nostalgic and brand new. This story, born from the wild imagination of Dav Pilkey, the same creator behind Captain Underpants, captures everything that made the book so iconic: the heart, the humor, and the chaos of a half-dog, half-man cop who's just trying to do the right thing in a world that never stops throwing trouble his way. The upcoming film adaptation promises to be a fast, funny, and surprisingly emotional ride that keeps both kids and adults hooked from start to finish. At its core, Dogman is a story about loyalty, friendship, and the constant struggle between good and evil, but it never forgets to make you laugh along the way. The movie explores the origins of Dogman, how a brave police officer and his loyal canine partner became fused into one heroic being after a near-fatal accident. The result is a hero with the head of a dog and the body of a man, driven by pure-hearted instincts, unwavering courage, and a touch of clumsy charm. His mission is simple, but always chaotic: protect the city, stop the bad guys, and maybe, just maybe, learn to control his tail during serious situations. But no story is complete without a villain, and Dogman's world is filled with some of the most unforgettable troublemakers you can imagine. Chief among them is Petey the Cat, a self-proclaimed evil genius with a heart that might not be as cold as he pretends. Petey's constant battle with Dogman forms the emotional and comedic core of the story, two rivals who can't seem to stay away from each other, bound by a strange mix of hatred, respect, and unexpected moments of compassion. Petey's character development, from pure villainy to a reluctant figure of redemption, adds depth that surprises even longtime fans of the books. Then there's loyal Petey, the clone of Petey who becomes the heart and soul of the entire story. His innocence, curiosity, and belief in goodness contrast beautifully with the cynicism of the world around him. His bond with Dogman creates some of the film's most heartwarming and funny moments. Together, they form a trio that embodies the central theme of the story: that no one is beyond change, and even the worst mistakes can lead to new beginnings. Lil Petey's wide-eyed optimism becomes the emotional anchor that reminds everyone, heroes and villains alike, what truly matters. Visually, the movie takes a bold step by capturing the exact chaotic charm of the books. The animation style blends traditional 2D with vibrant 3D textures, making every scene look like it's been lifted straight from a child's sketchbook. The colors burst off the screen, the action sequences are wild, and the humor lands in quick, clever beats that feel like reading a comic panel in motion. The film's visual energy mirrors the creative spark that Dav Pilkey infused in every page of his books, ensuring the world of Dogman feels playful, alive, and totally unpredictable. The humor in Dogman has always been a big part of its magic: silly puns, ridiculous scenarios, and unexpected moments of emotional sincerity. The movie embraces that perfectly, blending childish mischief with genuinely clever writing that appeals to all ages. Adults who grew up with Captain Underpants will find themselves laughing just as much as the kids who've fallen in love with Dogman's adventures. From slapstick chases to heartfelt dialogues, every scene carries the same energy that made Pilkey's stories timeless. Beyond the humor, the story also touches on deeper ideas about identity, forgiveness, and belonging. Dogman isn't just a superhero, he's a symbol of imperfection and kindness. He doesn't always get things right, but his heart is always in the right place. The film explores how Dogman struggles to fit in a creature who's not fully man or dog, always trying to prove himself to the world around him. That emotional layer adds surprising depth to what could have been just another funny adventure. It's about finding your place even when you feel like you don't belong anywhere. The relationship between Petey and Lil Petey also shines as one of the most emotional threads in the story. Their interactions reveal the complexity of love and family, even when it comes from unexpected places. Petey's transformation from villain to father figure gives the movie its emotional weight, showing that redemption doesn't come easily, but it's possible. Watching Petey wrestle with his past while trying to protect Lil Petey brings out the human side of an otherwise comical character, turning moments of laughter into moments of real empathy. The world of Dogman is full of colorful side characters who bring their own flavor to the chaos, from the no-nonsense chief who tries to keep everything in order, to Sarah Haydoff, the determined reporter always chasing the next big story. Every character adds to the comic book energy of the story, keeping the pace fast and fun. Even minor figures have moments that feel memorable, ensuring there's never a dull moment. The pacing feels sharp and dynamic, just like flipping through the pages of the original graphic novels. The film's soundtrack and score complement the story perfectly energetic, funky, and filled with the kind of upbeat rhythm that keeps every chase scene and emotional moment alive. Music plays a key role in setting the tone, shifting seamlessly between wild comedy and touching sincerity. It builds the kind of emotional momentum that turns Dogman from just another animated film into something that feels like an experience, one filled with laughter, chaos, and genuine heart. As the movie progresses, it balances action and emotion beautifully. Dogman's journey is filled with heroic battles, but the real fight happens inside understanding what it means to be good, to forgive, and to stay true to yourself no matter what others think. The film doesn't shy away from showing vulnerability, even in its funniest scenes. That mix of humor and heart makes it resonate with everyone watching, no matter their age. The animation team deserves special praise for how they capture motion and emotion simultaneously. Every movement feels exaggerated but purposeful, making the characters feel expressive and alive. Small details like Dogman's tail wagging uncontrollably or Petey's sly smirk make the characters feel deeply connected to their comic roots. The world feels hand-drawn and imaginative, like a child's dream brought to life with modern technology. Dogman also carries an important message about creativity and imagination. Just as the original books inspired millions of young readers to draw, write, and create, the film celebrates that same spirit. It's a story that tells kids that it's okay to be weird, to dream big, and to turn mistakes into masterpieces. The playful energy of the story encourages viewers to embrace their own inner child, reminding everyone that imagination is the greatest power of all. By the time the story reaches its emotional high point, you realize that Dogman isn't just a silly superhero story. It's about love, loyalty, and second chances. It's about finding family in unexpected places and believing in the good inside people even when they don't believe it themselves. Petey's redemption arc, Lil Petey's innocence, and Dogman's loyalty come together in a final act that feels satisfying, heartfelt, and full of laughter. The film doesn't just end, it leaves you smiling long after the credits roll. For fans of Dav Pilkey's world, this movie feels like a celebration. It captures everything people loved about the books, the humor, the weirdness, and the unstoppable energy, while also expanding the story in ways that feel meaningful and cinematic. For newcomers, it's a wild, hilarious introduction to a world where anything can happen, and where being different isn't a flaw, it's your greatest strength. Dogman's arrival on screen marks more than just another animated release. It's a reminder that the stories we loved as kids can still inspire us as adults. It's filled with lessons about friendship, forgiveness, and the courage to be yourself, all wrapped in a whirlwind of humor and action. Whether you're a longtime fan or discovering Dogman for the first time, this film promises an experience that's pure fun, bursting with life and brimming with heart. In the end, Dogman stands tall not as a perfect hero, but as a reminder that being good isn't about being flawless. It's about trying your best, caring deeply, and always getting back up when life knocks you down. That's what makes Dogman more than just a comic character. He's a symbol of hope, humor, and heart one paw at a time.